Hello again, I am John Bob, and welcome back to F1 Manager 23 Hardcore Mode. This is the series where we deliberately make things a little bit tougher by slapping on the higher difficulty settings and adding in some additional rules and regulations that we have to follow. Tonight it is round 12 of our first season with Alpha Tauri. We're heading to the Hungaroring for the Hungarian Grand Prix. Okay then, so no stream last night, wasn't feeling very well, apologies for that. Still feeling a little bit groggy today, but we shall muddle through. So we are coming off the back of a decent result in the previous Grand Prix at Silverstone. No points, but a strong performance to get 12th and 13th in the end. Helped a little bit with a couple of retirements in front of us and some mistakes from the Haas drivers as well. But nonetheless, it was encouraging to see a little bit of a step forward, considering how abysmal we were in Austria. So we'll see if we can carry that forward. In terms of upgrades, we are still waiting for these side pods to come through. Don't have a huge amount of money, as you can see. I've got 18 grand, and as soon as I've got some money, I am going to start work on a new chassis as well. So that goes alongside the new side pods. They're the only parts we're going to be continually upgrading. The rest of it is going to be a case of researching against next season's regulation changes. As you can see, currently there are some areas where we are not making the gains that we need to yet. In some parts it is particularly rough, but we're not too far away with some parts as well. This is one that needs obviously a fair bit more work, our suspension for next season. As you can see, side pods and chassis are not affected by the regulation changes, which is why we are not researching those. We're just developing and then research on everything else. Hopefully that'll be enough to at least keep us where we are in the constructors. I don't expect us to move forward this season in the constructors, where we are currently standing in 7th place. I think Haas is going to be too much to overcome. But as long as we can hold off McLaren, I'll be very, very happy with that. I mean, if McLaren get us in the end, it's not the end of the world. Our objective is to finish in 8th. So I mean, if we finish in 7th, I will take that. And obviously 7th would be nicer. 8th would be more beneficial to us, actually, thinking about it, in terms of where we finish, in terms of the amount of hours that we would get for developing the car next year, although we would end up with a little bit less money as a result. Our prize money would be less. And Nick de Vries is still on borrowed time. We've finished pretty much scouting out replacement drivers for him. We are seriously considering putting Lawson in the car very, very soon, if not after this race. Might have to wait till after Spa. Again, it's the finances of it as well. There is obviously the cost of buying out de Vries' contract, which at the moment is not a huge amount, but it's we have 352,000, and it's not cheap. So only 6 months left on this contract. I don't really want to wait it out. I do want to just clean break, I think. He has not been good enough, really. And we have been working on Lawson, and he is lacking in some areas. His smoothness is not great, as you can see. Neither is his overtaking or defending. But everything else is okay. We've been working his pace stats. We've got his braking up to an 82. His cornering is up to a 78. His reactions are at 75 right now. He's got good accuracy. He's got great control for a young driver. And these are all hopeful things that will make him a viable target. You can see he's actually, on paper, he is faster than Nick de Vries with those 3 braking stats. Sorry, those 2 main pace stats of cornering and braking, and having the better control means hopefully less accidents as well. Yeah, these are all things that have been in the back of my mind, along with that development rate as well. You know, having a much higher development rate is definitely going to be beneficial going forward in terms of increasing his ability. Just want to double check again exactly what it is I've got him working on right now. He's on a long run pace, and that's to do cornering, smoothness, adaptability, reactions. Yeah, those are all important stats. The adaptability, our drivers have struggled in wet races a little bit this year, so that will definitely help with that. Reactions, very important skill. Smoothness, it's not massively important, but it does need to be buffed a little bit. 67 is just going to eat tyres a little bit too quick. And cornering is obviously an important stat as well, so we need to get that one up too. Right. I think we are ready to set some performance targets for tonight's race. So, like I said, I'm not expecting any big step forwards. I'm not expecting points until, well, to be honest, probably not at all for the rest of the season without some help from other drivers making mistakes. But we will do what we can. In terms of quali position, I think I can definitely get 1 car into Q2. I'm not sure about both. So we're just going to go with that. And just 1 in Q2 there. Fastest lap's the incentive. Yeah, it's not going to happen, I don't think. But we'll give it a crack at some point, I suppose. Finish position, I'm hopeful we can get both in the top 15. And then we've got the finish position streak. We're halfway through that. Just getting 1 in the top 15 will get us a win on that, but it's only worth 280 grand. It's not a lot of money, unfortunately. And the quali streak, if we can keep that going for another 4 races, will get us another 1.1 mil. So we'll see how we do. Let's head to the Hungaroring for today's Grand Prix.
Welcome to the beautiful Three Springs Valley, here in Hungary. We've arrived at the Hungaroring, located just outside Budapest. It's one of the shortest laps on the F1 calendar. Drivers are forced close together on this track, jostling for position and defending their space to the end. The Hungaroring is one challenging succession of corners and turns. With few straights, it's affectionately known as the go-kart circuit. Drivers will have to find a proper rhythm to make the most of the layout, and for cars, low-speed downforce will be paramount. It was Charles Leclerc who tasted victory in the last race, but he will surely be looking to find the recipe for success again and achieve another podium place. What will happen this weekend? Only time will tell.
Only time indeed. Right. Let's start prepping our cars. Gonna go with the worst parts that we possibly can. There we go. This car is going to be so slow. Right. Let's start with the setup on this car. We're going to go with a 10, a 15, a 3.7, a minus 2.75, and a 0.05. Here we go. Run plan for Hungaroring is 20 laps. Go, drop those pace stats, and we're going to put Lawson in this car, and we're going to select medium tires. Okay, and for Yuki, Let's get his car prepped. So we're going to go with that engine. That's ERS. And that gearbox. There we go. Right. Setup for Yuki's car. Let's go a little bit different with this one. We'll go with a 9, a 15, a 1.9, a 3.4, and a 1. There we go. Once again, we're going to go 20 laps. Drop those settings down. And we'll stick with the hard tyres for this one. Alright, we are ready to send these guys to the track.
Ready, check.
Ready, check. Ready, check.
Ready, check.
Good evening, Farah. So we are getting reports of potential issues with this weekend's Las Vegas Grand Prix. Apparently there is a big threat of a hospitality strike, and that will have serious ramifications if that strike does go ahead. There's obviously been some blowback from the locals about the impact of the Grand Prix as well, and yeah, it's not looking good. Drivers are a little lukewarm about the actual circuit as well, so it's not looking good. We'll have to see how the event goes, but yeah, could be some issues going forward with that. I wonder what length of contract they've got, because I can't imagine it's a long one. But once that contract's done, that may be it for Vegas. Alright, we're at 89%, that's okay for now. We'll let him finish that run. But we are going to call Lawson in straight away.
Yeah, something feels strange.
Copy, Yuki. We'll have a look at everything.
Okay, so for the most part, we're not too far off. Gonna need to bump that, and I'm just gonna go with that. I think. Let's see where that shakes us out.
Pit limiter on and stop in front of the garage.
It's just a silly little thing, but it always gets me. I'll see the car coming from a distance, And because of the way they've got the writing on the wing, I always think that the right-hand side of the front wing, left as it's coming towards us, is broken because the Alpha in Alpha Tauri is such thin little writing, and it's really thick for Tauri on the other half of the wing. Always makes me think that the wing is broken. I don't know. It's just one of those silly little things. Alright, let's go with that. And now that I've said that, those of you who haven't seen that will now probably never be able to unsee it. See what I mean? My gift to you all. Alright, we're about ready for the last bit of feedback from Lawson. Oh, 83. I think we actually made the car worse. Evening, Victor. We'll get that car in and look it over. And that's not the strong start that I was hoping for. But it has given us some very useful information. So we can move the roll bar to a 2.8. We can correct that way. It's got a little bit more because we've got to pull that all the way back. And let's have a quick look in the book. I do have a 2.8. It's a 9.5, 15, 2.8, 3.1, and a 0.6. And that is just outside of tolerance. I've got another one which is a 9, 3.25 and a 0.85. And that might be it. So we'll go with that. You were hoping the Vegas circuit would be near the Vegas Raiders' new stadium. No, it was always going to be down the strip. That's the most famous, part of Vegas is the strip. So it was always going to try and incorporate the strip in whatever layout they went with. Get the glitz and the glamour of the hotels and casinos. Plus, it also ties in excellent views for said hotels and casinos, so they can charge exorbitantly high, well, exorbitantly higher accommodation rates, because, Vegas ain't cheap to begin with. Alright, 89 with Yuki. It's a small step forward, but it's not a big one. Still some work to do there. And then I'll have to wait till the next session. Right, so again, we've got some good information after that one, so we'll go to a 2.8. 9.15, 2.8. Let's go for the same one. Let's go for the 3.25 and the 0.85. That's not going to work, so we'll go to the other one that we looked at, which was the 3.1. And the 0.6. That's pretty close. Just tweak it a little bit. Let's go with that. Let's see how we do with that. So this session we want about 30 laps of fuel for Yuki. Those car parts will make it through. Those will not. So now we have to switch to a slightly better ERS unit. And a slightly better gearbox. The engine will be fine. And the Prix is going to run for 44 laps of fuel on the hard tyres. And let's set them out. Alright, how have we done this time? Have we got it right? Be nice. I'm going to get feedback from Yuki first, by the look of it. And yes, we nailed it with Yuki. Close with De Vries, 97%. So that's probably just a front wing change. And we'll do that later, once we finish this run. Evening Bloated Hedgehog. I don't know if you remember, you asked about the amount of research. Research as much as you can, and now you're over the cost cap. If you are over the cost cap, but your rating with the board is still good, it's not the end of the world. If you're in debt, it's worse. Debt is worse than breaching the cost cap. You will get fines for being over the cost cap every month. So that's something to be wary of. You know, and that is based on how much you've gone over the cost cap by. But breaching the cost cap is not the worst thing in the world if you have a decent rating with your board. Just keep an eye on your finances. Don't go into debt as well, because then you're in trouble. And as far as needing to replace parts, just use older parts. Don't manufacture new parts with just a couple of races to go. Like I said, the whole point was to write off this season and prep for the next one. So rather than spending 2 mil to emergency produce a pair of front wings, just go to an older spec of front wing. You know, use up the older parts. Your car will get slower as a result, but you won't incur these big financial penalties. We breached the cost cap with Mercedes in our second season with Mercedes, and it makes things a bit awkward, but it's not the end of the world kind of thing. Alright, there we go. That's Yuki's weekend. That's Yuki's session done for practice 2. You think Alfa Romeo is going to send a hitman after you? Well, if he's driving one of their road cars, you're fine, because it'll break down before he gets to you. Keep debris out for that extra lap.
Just check the flag.
There we go. So, is it the front wing? It's the front wing, and it's also the cornering. Okay, so let's move to cornering. A little bit too much, so we'll put that back and we'll move the front wing and we'll go back to a 9.5. I think actually maybe let's go with that instead. Let's try that. I don't really want to move the rear wing position. I think that might be the smarter play. We've got time to fix it if it does go wrong. We're going to go with 35 laps of fuel. That should be enough. More medium tyres for the Prix. More mediums for Yuki. Cars will last. And we only want to go for about 18 laps, I think, with Sonoda. And let's send them out for final practice.
Okay, should be green now.
I don't see any smoke. You're fine. How's the cat, Farah? Today was pickup day, correct? Or is that tomorrow? I'm not sure what day it is today. Is it Tuesday? Is it Wednesday? No, it's Wednesday.
Let us know your comments.
Ah, damn it. We pulled Yuki in a little bit too quickly. 97% still for the Prix. Alright, let's call him in. Let's just send Yuki out for another lap or two.
And here we've got a yellow flag.
Alright, so we did correct our cornering there, but we still need to fix the front wing. I've got 8 setups in the book and none of them go below a 9, so we will go to a 9.5. And we'll make that correction there, and that might be all we need to do. There we go. Full prep for Sonoda is done. He will go into qualifying with 100% confidence.
Crash ahead, crash ahead, crash ahead. Still maybe debris. Keep an eye.
Oh, Russell's out. What did you do,
There's
George?
been a crash.
Oh, just dropped it out the corner, and yeah, it's a big hit.
And not much that the team...
And there he is, yeah.
Virtual
Now was
safety
quite
car.
in front of us.
Delta positive.
Yeah, copy that.
VSC ending.
Yeah, copy.
So this is a high downforce circuit, lots of corners. Our car isn't great in terms of downforce, and our drivers aren't amazing yet. Although Yuki is definitely improving and's got plenty of scope to improve. DeVries is DeVries. Not expecting points tonight, but I do think maybe if we're lucky, we can get a kind of 12th, 13th again like we did last time. I think more realistically, if we can get both in the top 15, that'll be good enough. Evening F1 clips. How quick will... yeah, well, there you go. I've just answered that question before you even asked it. Yeah, I don't think we're on for points. I really don't. There we go. That's more like it. So, just need a little bit more. There we go. And that's DeVries done. Right, so I'm going to check these in the book. Just break out the pen. So, let's have a look. 9.5, 15, 2, 8, 3. Ah, this one's already in the book. Ah, bonus. Let's take a look at Yuki's setup. Uh, 9.5, 15, 2, 8, 3.05 and 0.5. That one is also in the book already. Fantastic. The Straya Spud is here. How you doing, Aussie Potato? Alright, so we're seeing penalties for Gasly and Hulkenberg. Anyone else? No? Okay. Both our drivers are fully prepped going into the Grand Prix. That's nice.
Qualifying is coming up, and the drivers will be ready and raring to go.
Alternative tyre allocation rules apply this time round. That means each team has to tackle Q1 on the hard compound tyres, Q2 on mediums, and Q3 on soft.
Now, Karun, how do you think Zhou Guanyu will be as he heads into this session?
We saw some disappointing lap times from them in practice. It could be that the team were experimenting with the car, but the pressure's now on them to deliver.
Stay with us as we see who can deliver on motorsport's biggest stage.
Right, let's get those better engine bits in. I'm going to go with the 64% engines for this Grand Prix. Yep, stick with that gearbox. And we're going to go 2 flying laps on the hards. Got to go with the 84%. And the 81. And the 80. And again, 2 flying laps. Right, let's send them out. Evening, Anthony.
Should be great. So work on the fronts.
Yeah, copy that.
we focus on tires and brakes. Tires and brakes.
Copy.
Okay, then, so the Prix about to start his
The gap
flying
ahead
lap.
is good. Let's go.
Might have an issue with the Red Bull.
There is Norris in front of you. This
not-
is in lap.
Norris. Oh, Max. Max. Switch to Yuki as he's coming up to the back of Max now. See if he gets held up. Don't think so. I glanced away for a second, but I didn't hear a lift in the engine, so we should be okay. Right, so let's have a look at the difference between our two drivers. So, nearly 2 seconds off the back of Leclerc, 0.3 quicker than De Vries. We are slow. Yep, we are slow. No, we ain't going to be getting that much quicker. So I'm more focused on getting everything in place for next season. Stroll needs a nerf? Yeah, he does, but it's not going to happen. Same way that Piastri needs a bump, but he's not going to get that either.
You got a good gap ahead. We're happy for you to push now.
Right, we've got an Alpine coming out the pits now.
Okay, let's go.
Max is out of the way this time. So, clear run for De Vries for the rest of the lap. Let's keep an eye on Yuki. So both drivers are improving. A little bit crowded on this lap, but no delays. That's good. De Vries improves by a second.
Delta stay negative. And we need to cool the PU on this in-lap.
Copy.
And Yuki
Follow that
by
front.
about 9/10 of a second. So
This is the lap.
they've got the tyres up into a good window.
Copy.
Their confidence should be nice and high as well. Yeah, excellent stuff. Don't know if we're going to get any more out of the car. That might be it. We'll fuel them up for another 2-lap run, because the track will improve slightly, but yeah, I don't think we're looking at big gains, if any at all. Should be enough to get us through, I hope though.
So good outlap on these tyres.
Copy.
Both drivers are still in the peak confidence category. That's good. It is degrading as we speak, but hopefully they'll still be in peak by the time they start their laps and can then maybe squeeze a little bit more out of the car, because I am expecting improvements. Albon is almost certainly going to improve. He's 6/10 off his teammate right now. Norris is going to improve. Magnussen's going to improve. Piastri might improve as well. Even the Alphas might improve.
Push when you're ready. Track is clear. Recharge off and push.
Is that Haas on an outlap or an inlap? I think he's on an outlap. No improvement for De Vries in Sector 1. That's what I kind of expected to see. But no hold-ups in the run-up to the chicane, that's good. No improvement for Tsunoda either. Again, that's what I expected to see. If we're going to see any improvements, it's more than likely going to be on the second lap. We're a little heavier on fuel at this point. And we have got an improvement in the middle sector for both drivers. And De Vries does improve his time. He's up to 12th. And Tsunoda up to 11th. So there's definitely time to be found. This is not a good place to be though.
tyre conditions good, we can push a bit more.
Copy that.
All right, so one more flying lap
Copy.
for Nick de Vries. And you can see we're slipping back down the order again. There is time to be found.
Recharge off and push.
This could be a busy lap. Okay, looking okay so far in Sector 1. It was very busy with some of that traffic, but we did see an improvement. Not for Yuki. No middle improvement. Yuki's up in the middle. De Vries coming up to the line.
No energy.
Yeah, copy that.
Does not improve.
No DRS available, no DRS available.
Copy.
Yuki does not improve either. So, have we done enough to get both
We have
drivers
P12.
through? De Vries is the one at risk.
This is in lap. This is in lap.
Ocon and Bottas are both on flyers. And they're both relatively early into that lap. Well, Ocon's halfway round. Bottas has only just started his flying lap.
Focus on bringing the pack back up.
Copy.
Keep looking after these tyres.
Copy that.
Alright, can Ocon improve enough to get through? No, he can't. I have to call De Vries in, otherwise he's going to retire. And not be able to continue in the next session. Bottas up to the line. Does not improve. So both cars are through.
We're down to P9, but safely through. This is good so far.
And Russell now has penalties because of his big crash. He's got some new bits in the car by the look of it. Right, onto the medium tyres. Once again, we're going to go 2 flying laps. Do we have extra tyres to choose from? No, we do not.
Focus on the tyres more.
Copy that.
Warm up tyres.
Copy.
We might be quicker on this tyre. Yeah, but so will everyone else be quicker as well, so it's all relative. Why is everyone else's save so different? Are you complaining about that? That's a good thing. The last thing you want is it to be identical across everyone's saves. Otherwise, you know, it's just, you know, you just know that it's all going to be completely scripted and nothing is ever going to change.
You're clear. Go one and push.
There is Norris in front of you. Okay, let's go.
So first lap of that to go in the books for Nick de Vries. And it's a 1:16.1. He's half a second off of Sargent right now. But he should improve in the next lap. Yuki goes considerably quicker, so he's nearly 9/10 faster than his teammate right now. Oh, both of our drivers are going out in the session. We're not getting out of Q2. Why such a big discrepancy between teammates? Confidence plays a part in that.
Yeah, bunching.
That's why I always try and send my drivers out first so they get higher confidence for setting times at the top of the leaderboard. But, you know, unfortunately Logan beat us out of the garage. But we will see an improvement from de Vries on this lap. He'll get the gap closer. Assuming he doesn't hit traffic. Speaking of, cars coming out of the garage in front of Yuki. Okay, the Haas was no issue. The McLaren should move out the way for us as well. There he goes. And de Vries is up in the first sector. This is where I want to see live timing so I can see how much he's up. Improvement for Yuki as well. Even the timing page is useless because it only shows us, you know, the actual individual sectors, but it doesn't show us any delta time. You know, this doesn't update till the end of a lap. So, right, no improvement in the middle. That's a disappointment. Come on, need a good final sector here, Nick. He does not improve at all, by the look of it.
Runs which call the box.
He was 3/10 slower. Oh dear. Have we cooked those tyres? Yuki's up. Yuki found an extra 2/10. I'm going to go 2 more laps of fuel with De Vries, so I'm just going to give Yuki 1 more lap. De Vries needs to continually build that confidence up. Tsunoda's confidence is exactly where it needs to be.
Work the tyres.
Copy.
So he's starting this lap with confidence that is higher than he started his previous 2 laps. So that is a positive. If he can do it okay on this lap, get himself into peak, maybe that'll be enough to then get an improvement on the next lap and overcome degrading tyres, but it's not looking amazing.
We're going to expect some bunching. Go one.
I've got both the Haas drivers coming out in front of me. That's not good. Let's get out of the way. Oh, it's not both coming out. I think one was coming in as the other one was going out. No improvement in the first. Up in the middle. Need an improvement in this sector as well. And even that's not going to be enough to get into peak confidence, I think. It did not improve. De Vries is way off the pace at the moment. I don't know why. Sending out Yuki. Come on, Nick. I know your tyres have seen better days, but I'd like to see some improvement on this lap time, because it's not good. No, that's it. Alright, so it's all on whether Yuki can hold on to 10th, which I really didn't expect him to be there. I don't expect him to hold that position either. I think Gasly's probably going to improve. Where is Gasly? Is that him crossing the line now? Yeah, it is.
Clear. Okay, let's go. Checker flag.
Gasly has not improved, so I think we're safe. Because I can't see Norris or Sargent finding over half a second. Ah, Sargent found time, and Yuki didn't. Ah, damn you, Logan. He knocked us out. I didn't expect to get through anyway, so I can't be too disappointed, but I am a little. So, both cars out. But we have got two cars in the top 10 who will be getting penalties. So we will get Yuki into the top 10, kind of, through a demotion of drivers in front. And De Vries will maybe jump 3 places. He'll certainly jump above George. I'm not sure about Hulkenberg and Gasly, but there we go. That is the end of Q3. So Perez takes pole position from Sainz, Alonso. Max is only in 4th place, then Leclerc 5th, Stroll 6th, then Hamilton, Russell, Hulkenberg and Sargent. And of course penalties for George and Nico will see them dropping down the order a little bit. Let's see where we actually start the race from.
Race day has arrived, and the time has almost come for these drivers to fight it out, wheel to wheel.
The heart may be in Budapest, but the racing soul is right here. Decades of F1 history saturate every turn of the Hungaroring, including the 1989 Grand Prix, where Nigel Mansell bullied his way from a P12 start to an ultimate victory. The weather is very overcast here. Strategies might have to be quite flexible going into today's race.
Well, as we can see, the crowd here at the Hungaroring are ready and waiting, so let's get the show underway.
All right, let's take a look. 9th and 12th. Not bad. Not bad at all. Right, let's have a look at strategy. So, tyre wear might be an issue for De Vries. Don't have a second set of mediums. Okay, we're going to have to go soft, hard, soft. Because I used too many sets of mediums in practice. There we go. We'll go with that for Yuki. De Vries' tyre wear is worse, so we're going to go with soft, hard, medium for De Vries. There we go. Right. Let's take one lap of fuel out. And we'll push off the line. And let's send them to the grid.
There's a fantastic atmosphere at the Hungaroring as we prepare for 70 laps of the Hungarian Grand Prix. Yuki Tsunoda will be hoping things go his way today.
They've done well to secure a P9 start, and they'll be keen to convert that into some points.
But there's no more time left. We've got a race on our hands. This is it, the Hungarian Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Good.
We leave it to you.
Okay.
Oh, crash in front of us.
Crash ahead, crash ahead, crash ahead. Push through that.
And that's Max and Charles having a little coming together. That might have damaged Max's tyres. It certainly damaged Charles' front wing. And that little slowdown in front of us meant we got passed on the inside.
And look at the team there. They
By
all
one of the
knew
fast
what that
drivers.
moment...
So we're down to 10th. How you doing, Mr. Water?
There's a yellow flag now.
Is this another crash? The
Now,
same
this was
one?
at
No.
turn one.
Oh no! Don't tell me!
Not a
Don't
lot of
tell me!
wiggle
Don't tell
room
me!
here. Has to be
Same
said,
thing
that was pretty risky. That
with
will have
Norris
knocked their
and De Vries.
confidence, I'm sure.
So Norris has got a damaged front wing. That should be a racing incident, so I'm not expecting a penalty on that, but we have had a loss of confidence as a result. And what's it done to our tyres? It's taken quite a chunk out of our tyres, look. Or specifically our left rear tyre. That's not good. What do I make of Ricciardo's performance in the last couple of races? Do I think he's in for Red Bull? Possibly. He's definitely going to be gunning for the seat in 2025. Next season, I think if Checo has a season like he's having this year, they will terminate his contract early. And they will just yank him out with maybe half a season to go and promote Ricciardo. looking to take advantage of our tyre compound here as we dive up the inside of Magnussen. Can't quite get the move done. Switch to the outside line. Still not able to get through. De Vries is all over the back of Ocon.
Wow.
Still a lot to play for.
Again, can't quite find a way through yet. We're about to run out of battery.
Need to focus on getting the pack up.
Yeah, copy.
DRS enabled.
Let's settle the cars down now.
Currently you're P12. Alpine ahead of you. Gasly now the car behind. So slow.
Copy.
Lift off, save fuel.
Okay.
We are going to help out De Vries by making sure that Ocon is outside of the 1 second. And hopefully Magnussen will drop out of the DRS of Hamilton as well, so we can get both our drivers through on the main straight. Struggling a bit through this infield though.
Use and deploy when you can.
Okay.
Oh, Yuki! That's going to drop into the back of the field.
Almost end up with the ball.
It's okay.
Well, almost.
Back off, back off.
No, yeah,
back off.
back of the field. Okay, so now De Vries is in trouble.
Don't give up.
Yeah, just keep pushing, mate. Energy is available.
Copy.
So, low confidence is not ideal at this stage of the Grand Prix for either driver. It's appalling for Yuki.
Charge on.
And we cannot keep pace with Gasly, so
Bring the pack up.
Copy that.
Back off now.
Copy.
I am going to go controversial on this, I think. I'm going to switch to a 3-stop.
We can push more.
Copy.
Keep pushing. We can just focus on charging the pack.
Copy.
What do I have in terms... I've got to make sure I've actually got that many tyres. Yeah, I've got 2 more sets of softs. For both drivers, so I might go 3-stop with both cars here. It would certainly help Yuki to be able to push harder. So let's look at doing that for Yuki as well.
need to push harder on tires. They are looking good now.
Russell is easily going to get past us. We do not have the pace to fight the Mercs. But it does mean that we're driving defensively at the moment, which is letting Albon get away from us. So we're going to miss out on the DRS, which isn't ideal. And that means Debris' confidence is going to take another hit. This is one of the reasons why I've decided to switch to the 3 slot as well, is try and get in a lot of overtakes to build that confidence back up to a high level for both drivers. Because going backwards like this is really hurting us. We do have a yellow flag in front. Not quite sure what that was. Oh, a lock up for Logan.
Let's take a look at the replay. So here we go, heading into turn 1. Very heavy on the brakes, but that's just the risk you take. The later you leave it.
So he managed to hold position and not drop down, but definitely lost a bit of time. There's Debris' confidence going down. Yuki's is slowly coming back up, but it is slow. So we're looking at lap 15 for the bridge boxing. Said, not chasing points today. Just 2 in the top 15 is all I want. Evening, Baron.
Overtake button.
Apologies for missing yesterday's stream. There was no stream yesterday, so nothing to apologise for. Evening, I don't know. How are you doing tonight?
We need to focus on the energy now.
Copy.
Is Tsunoda's confidence low? Yes, it is. That's why I'm pushing him hard to try and get him to catch back up. Try and get him to start getting some overtakes in.
Focus on bringing the pack back up.
Copy that.
And charge on, charge on. Use energy.
Copy.
No DRS available, no DRS available.
Need to focus on getting the pack up.
Right, managed to get away from Bottas. Oh, god damn it, Yuki.
The front looking is very bad.
Keep focus.
Right then, we can take a look now. Let's have a look then at turn 6. And the car fails to respond. Just unable.
So, all that hard work to catch up to Joe has just been undone, and we've lost another 2.5 seconds again.
We're at the bottom of the pack.
Copy that.
Big lift now.
Yeah, copy that.
Lift off to avoid instability. Slow down.
Look after front tyres.
Alright, Norris and Bottas are fighting behind us. They're going to catch us. That is pretty much a given, unfortunately. It's just tyres not good for either driver. Yuki's definitely being Yuki tonight. Yeah, unfortunately. This is the problem with Yuki, is that he goes from the sublime to the ridiculous in in the blink of an eye. But Yuki has so much potential, and he's still in a very high development window as well. He's definitely a driver that we could boost with another season. And if we can give him a car that is not a complete piece of shit, then he could probably do reasonably well. So fuel for this circuit is about 1.5 kilos of fuel for a lap. So we are slightly under-fueled at the moment, but we're definitely getting laps, and we'll easily recover some of that fuel. We'll even have fuel to burn at some point. Prix is doing okay at the moment. Dropping back like crazy off the back of the cars in front, but he's doing okay staying where he is, although he's about to get passed by Norris. He's got a clean run down the inside here.
Wow.
Stay cool, man.
And if I can afford it, I'm going to give Lawson his debut at Spa. Nick will not live to see Zandvoort. Just like in real life. He's going to get replaced right before his home Grand Prix. So Yuki is closing that gap down to Zhou again. About the same pace on the last lap, but the lap before that he definitely took about half a second out of him. Tyres starting to give up a little bit now. I'm probably going to go ahead and bring them in a little bit early, based on the plan that we've got there. Just simply because of how much the tyres are starting to struggle. In fact, I'm going to bring him in on the next lap, I think. We'll see if Prix can hang into the DRS for one more lap. Just about. Oh, no, apparently not. Alright, so De Vries is coming in at the end of this lap. Onto that set of mediums, and same for Yuki.
Box.
Copy box.
Box.
Copy.
Stay
Try and
close
get a
to
bit
the cars
more
in front.
battery in the car before we box.
Go get it.
I don't want to lose position in the process.
Near the pit lane.
Yeah, copy that.
A small lift off 12 the tires.
Alright, clean stop please.
Copy.
God damn it.
What happened?
That's better.
To clear on exit. Track is clear. We can just focus on charging the pack.
Yeah, could be that.
Recharge on.
Alright, let's get these tyres up to temps.
You can use energy.
Copy.
Overtake button.
Try and pump in a couple of quick laps. Set some personal bests. Get those confidence ratings going up a little bit. Oh, Norris is boxed. Didn't expect to see the AI boxing quite so early. Mind you, Norris did have that front wing damage, which nobbled the Brice's tyres.
No energy bottom of the pack.
Yeah, copy that.
We need to focus on the energy now.
Yeah, A firm.
Recharge on.
Right, what's he gone on to? He's gone on to another set of softs. Which means he's going to pull away from Sonoda pretty quickly. Safety car around the time of the end of this stint would be amazing. Or hell, you know, at the end of our next set of softs, a safety car around about then would be even better. Close those gaps up, get us a free pit stop effectively. So Stroll and Verstappen coming in. Hard tyres for Max. Sticky stop for Stroll. As expected, Norris has immediately caught up to the back of De Vries on those soft tyres. Just as I was starting to rebuild De Vries' confidence, he's going to get overtaken again. He's holding him off on this straight here. Going to hold him off here as well. Good job so far for De Vries. Got a nice little defending bonus there. And he's back into high confidence just. Can he stay there for a while? Sonoda's just into low confidence as opposed to very low confidence. Progress, I suppose. Another successful defence for the Prix. And again, he's going to hold him off into turn one. Pit stop issue for Joe.
This one.
So Joe pulled in okay there. Oh, but it's slow. That's so unfortunate for the team.
It's worse than our stop. Hulkenberg and Russell are in. And that is soft tyres for Hulkenberg and soft tyres for Russell. So those guys are going to be very quick on this stint. And once again, we're holding Norris back. So De Vries is doing a really solid job right now. And every time he holds up Norris like this, he gets a little defended boost like that. So he's almost back to starting level confidence now, which is excellent. And that means his pace is going to start picking up. His stats are getting a nicer boost than they were previously. And oh, Norris side by side, and we're about to see that confidence disappear. There he goes. He's still in high confidence though, so that's okay. Can drop the fuel burn down now and try and stay in that DRS.
12.
Norris is pushing. We're going to have to push in response.
No saving required.
A firm.
And energy is available.
Yeah, copy that.
Bottas is in. I think we might be able to jump Bottas here. Can't keep up with Norris.
Need to focus on getting the pack up.
Yeah, copy that.
Save fuel.
Copy.
Oh, hello. Actually, maybe we can. We don't want to have to push the tyres though. No, we'll let him go. We'll stick to our strategy.
We need more liftoff.
Getting close to getting out of low confidence. Another pit stop issue. There's quite a few of them happening in this race. That's both the Aston drivers now struggling on their stops. Hard tyres for Alonso. And that's a jack issue. They've tried releasing him too soon, I think.
We need to do lift off.
tyres did Valtteri go on to? Mediums. Okay. Oh, Gasly with a pit
what
stop issue.
happened there, Drew?
Everyone's pit crew is just
Gasly
going
was the one
"Bah,"
pitting.
today. And again, an issue
But
with
they
the
have
jacks.
trouble releasing the car.
I'm going to let them fight for position because Tsunoda will win that fight and that will give him the confidence boost that he needs. De Vries can afford to take a little hit. Tsunoda can't.
Waiting button.
That's a new fastest lap for Charles Leclerc. And now Piastri's in the pits, so we should jump him with both of our drivers quite comfortably. We do have that extra stop to make, don't forget.
Charge on.
Still in low confidence.
On tires, we are good to push one step more.
And Perez says, I'll see your 118 and raise you with a 117. Almost a second faster. This race unfortunately has been dictated by just how bad our confidence took a hit at the start of the race. It's going to take so long to get Yuki back into a good window that, you know, any chance of getting him close to the top 10 evaporated with that first incident. The second one didn't help, but it was that first incident that did it, dropping him all the way to zero confidence. He's almost out of low confidence and into medium. And you can see he's still in negative stats. And Bottas is closing in quickly. Hopefully he can defend against Valtteri here. That will give him a nice little boost. We are closing on De Vries as well. And there we go, he's now into normal confidence, into medium. So that reduces the modifiers a little bit. And he's going to get a defensive boost into turn one. No, he's not. Ah, Valtteri just snuck it up the inside. Oh, god damn it, all that hard work.
No, I can't, sorry.
Keep pushing. So we need to
God
back
damn.
off.
I thought he was going to hold him then. Hopefully De Vries can hold him.
Focus on bringing the pack back up.
Yeah, A firm.
Press and overtake.
Bring the pack up.
Copy that.
Did I do enough? Nope. Again, De Vries in defence. Looking pretty good. And now he's been passed.
Head down.
But Yuki is now in
So
range.
we need one step more management.
Recharge on. Recharge on. Charge on.
Hey, there we go. We finally got some DRS. Oh dear, this race is not going well. This is the unfortunate knock-on effect that a loss of confidence early on in the race can have. You lose confidence, you start to go backwards because everyone else's confidence is high and yours takes a big hit and you drop down. Your pace stats get affected quite badly the worse the confidence loss. And then every time you slowly start to build that confidence up, someone overtakes you, it just whacks you straight back down again, sometimes with interest as well, to the point where you're just constantly going backwards, and
Yeah, A firm.
it can take a long time to get that confidence up. One of the reasons I thought we'd be okay boxing so early is that it would give us a chance to get some good clean air, get the confidence levels back up a bit faster than expected.
Recharge on.
Setting some personal bests on new tyres, and then have a decent opportunity to start working forwards a bit. And it kind of worked with De Vries, hasn't really worked with Tsunoda, but again, every time we do start to make progress, we get overtaken, and it just undoes all that hard work. It will be better when we get on the softs. That's the other reason I went with the mediums for the second stint, was because I want them to have fresh, very fast tyres at the start of the remaining two stints, so they can immediately start hopefully setting quick sector times and get just confidence boost from doing personal best sectors.
Recharge.
We need to focus on the energy now.
Copy.
Story of the season, isn't it? Race is not going well. Yeah, unfortunately, but it was expected, you know, picking this team. Given the driver lineup and the state of the car and, you know, the facilities not being the best and the budget being minuscule, it was always going to be tricky. It's part of the challenge, isn't it? Right, so De Vries's confidence is still high. Again, slowly creeping back up towards starting confidence. Yuki's still in low confidence, but again, slowly creeping up. Getting the battery recharged. May as well finish harvesting the last little bit of battery we need for De Vries. And then we can put him in neutral.
Okay, deployment should be good.
Yeah, go.
Also ensures that Yuki can stay with him without having to come out of full harvest as well. The leaders are on the same straight as us, so we are probably going to get lapped fairly soon. And now we're going to get Yuki to overtake. There is Sainz and Perez. Max is up to third now. He's got Alonso all over the back of him. And Alonso gets through.
Use deploy. You can push harder.
Oh man, Sainz is tearing up on the back of us. There we go. Just about shifted those negative modifiers.
Use energy.
Copy.
Lift now.
Copy.
Oh man, look, and no wonder they're closing on us. They're going 4 seconds a lap faster than us. Well, Sainz he's on a push right now, trying to break away from Perez.
We can push more.
Copy.
Back off now.
Copy.
Hey, there we go. We finally cleared the negative away from Yuki.
Anti-deploy when you can.
Yeah, copy.
Need to focus on getting the pack up.
And now we're going to have to start pulling over to let the Ferrari through. I'll have to do it all over again for the Red Bull in a second as well. Right, Norris is in the box.
No DRS available, no DRS available.
Copy.
Okay, so De Vries has now let Perez through as well. Oh, good. An issue for Norris.
The McLaren crew ready to jump in.
Oh, everyone's mechanics are just exhausted by the look of it.
That front right won't tighten though.
That's a very slow stop. It's one of the worst of the Grand Prix so far. That's good for us. Did he go soft tyres? He did. So it looks like Norris is going for the same strategy we are. Soft, 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 medium. But we've got our mediums out of the way.
Used energy.
Copy that.
Finally starting to get some positive modifiers back on Tsunoda.
Focus on bringing the pack back up.
Copy.
Stay close to the car in front. Box, box, Yuki box.
Copy.
Get your head down, you can do this, come on.
Right, time for some soft tyres of our own here.
I agree.
Copy.
We'll be boxing this lap.
It's not bad, 2.4. Fastest stop of the day, although given that everyone's been making mistakes, it's probably not that surprising.
We need to protect the front tires.
Copy.
Alright, let's see, can De Vries pull out a good stop as well here?
Copy. And slow down, Yuki. Slow down.
Copy.
Yeah, that's not bad. Again, that should be the new fastest stop.
Caution 1 on exit.
Alright, so we have broken away from Stroll. Now let's make sure we don't get blue flagged and have to pull over again.
Copy.
So take it easy in the fast
Got to make sure I don't get passed by Hamilton. So I think I've got a big enough gap to Stroll now.
Slow down.
Copy.
And there you can see the benefit of new soft tyres and a bit of pushing as well. Personal best lap for Yuki. His confidence now into high for the first time in a very long time. It's taken us half a race to rebuild that confidence up to that point. De Vries back to his starting confidence level. Q2 is closing in on Stroll. Let's cool the tyres off.
Yeah, take it easy.
Let him gradually close in. Two seconds now off the back of Piastri. This was a push lap on the last lap, so that doesn't really give us an indication of pace. Let's see what he does across the line this lap. .119.8, half a second quicker than Piastri, half a second quicker than Norris, 2 seconds quicker than Valtteri, a second quicker than Sargent. Now, pace is going in the right direction. De Vries is slowly pulling away from Hamilton and closing in on Stroll. That's what we want to see. Looks like things are finally starting to come up from.
Recharge on.
Copy.
I just love the way Spinny rolls his R's like that. Hamilton pushing on that last lap.
Use energy.
Copy.
And now we go recharge on.
Copy.
Russell boxing to get off those softs. Yuki with a lunge. Gets it done, and he's past his starting confidence. Woo! Oh man, that's taken an eternity to get there.
Overtake button.
Copy.
It's taken 40 laps to get his confidence back to higher than it was when he first started. Oh man. Is that Leclerc? It is. Leclerc is absolutely flying right now. We're going to have to pull over and let him through. Ah, damn it.
Just focus on charging the pack.
Almost onto the back of Stroll before that happened. Oh, we will get the DRS though off the back of Leclerc. That's nice. If we don't have any batteries.
Bring the pack up.
There we go. Just going to go full harvest because we're going to have to pull over for Hamilton in a second anyway. There we go. We've broken away from Piastri. Got 2 seconds on him. We are closing in on Norris. Let's get Hamilton through and then we can go back to our normal pace again. Might not have the pace to get us thinking about it. Let's go back into
We need
top
to
up.
focus on the energy now.
Yeah, copy.
Still some fireworks going off in the background. And Yuki inside 3 seconds to Norris now. So Piastri getting lapped has dropped him right in our laps. And we are pulling away from Hamilton again by about a second a lap. So glad I didn't wait for him to try and overtake us.
We need to focus on getting the pack up.
A firm.
Norris is pushing on this lap, trying to break away. You see we did a 1:19.4, second a lap faster last lap. Tsunoda has now lost almost a second on this lap. As Perez boxes. Vries slots it up the inside. Beautifully done. And now we're going to sprint him for a lap. Get him to break away. Yuki's going to have to pull over. That's Verstappen.
Use everything.
No, that's Perez. Ah, we've got multiple cars right behind us. So we've got Perez, Leclerc and Stroll. Stroll has dropped off a bit, but Leclerc is close. And the trouble is now that as soon as we get blue flagged, we're going to fall into the clutches of Leclerc, which is then going to drop us back into the clutches of Stroll. And we could have to lift quite a few times here on this straight. Not getting blue flagged yet though. Maybe the tyre compound is saving us from that.
Yeah, copy that.
Recharge on. Recharge on now.
Copy.
There we go, there's the lift to let Leclerc through. Hopefully we can stay with Leclerc and not get caught by Stroll.
Use and deploy when you can.
Copy.
Focus on bringing the pack back up.
Copy.
Norris is going to have to start lifting to let cars through pretty soon as well. Perez is almost on him.
Charge on. Charge on.
Yeah, okay.
Am I able to stay in the DRS of the Ferrari? I'm not sure. No, not quite. But we are still clear of Stroll, which is good. And that's De Vries in the background there. Right, Norris has been passed by Perez. There's Norris. He's going to have to lift for Leclerc in a moment. I'll bring him closer to us. We are gradually eking our way back up the field. I'm going to have to do some fuel saving at some point now. Need to find about half a kilo with De Vries and almost a kilo with Yuki. But I don't want to hurt their pace too much just yet. Evening, Derek. Alright, that's a big lift for Norris in a really bad spot. That's going to bring Yuki right onto the back of him. Tyres are in better shape as well. Norris is going to have to go mediums on his next stint as well, so we should be able to get both drivers past Norris. But it's then 20 seconds to Sargent, so I think both cars in the top 15 might be a struggle unless someone retires in front of us or suffers some serious damage. Can't really afford to push the tyres to go after Norris, unfortunately, because we've got another set of softs to go on to. And he's going up to medium, so he's going to be boxing before we do. So we are going to have to fight to get past Norris, because he's going to go on fresher rubber before we do and start pulling away again. And he's making use of those tyres that he's got on right now. What is Sargent doing right now? Slightly quicker than us. He's on hard tyres. He is probably going mediums. Like I was saying, a safety car in the next sort of 5 laps would be awesome. Absolutely would make our evening. Pit window will open next lap. Any new parts? No. No new parts. Not till after Spa. We've got a side pod in the works. Won't be ready till Zandvoort. And I'm hoping to start a chassis after this race as well. And again, have that ready for Zandvoort. Or Monza, more likely. Max is in for his final stop, and he's gone set of mediums to the end, so we're going to start seeing other drivers boxing soon. There's Stroll. So we can expect to see Sargent and Norris boxing in the next lap or two. Joe must have some damage somewhere from he's that far off the pace. That was running an incredibly knackered engine. He's a minute down on his teammate. Although he has boxed to the end, but so is Bottas. So yeah, something seriously wrong with Joe. He's already 2 laps down. Now he's about to be lapped by Norris. Pace isn't horrendous though. Actually, no, looking at Bottas, he's a 1.5 seconds slower, so yeah, it is pretty bad. Alright, here comes Max, I think.
Recharge on, recharge on.
Copy.
Let's let him through. Okay.
Recharge on.
Copy.
Oh, this isn't good. Oh no, wait, I was misreading the colour. I thought that was Albon about to lap the Prix. It's not, it's Hamilton still behind him. Do I think anyone will close the gap to Red Bull in 2024? Well, if they can keep their upward trajectory going, then McLaren have got a good chance. Mercedes is going to take them a couple of years. I don't think Mercedes are going to get there until the reg changes. I think they'll get closer, but I don't think they're going to be challenging Red Bull until the new regs come in. Just because they have really botched the start of these regulations. 2 years with the zero pod concept. And there's Norris in as expected. So that's medium tyres for Norris. We're boxing very, very soon for softs. In fact, we're boxing on the next lap. We're going to go flat out for 2 laps on these tyres. Absolutely shred them, and then we're going to box. Stretch by a lap. Hamilton's in, Gasly's in, so that takes a bit of the pressure off from behind as well. Norris getting out just in front of his teammate. Albon's in as well. It was a slow lap last lap for Sargent. It's going to be a slow lap this lap as well, I think. That helps. He might be boxing soon. Yep, he's in. Right, need a bad stop for Sargent here. Oop. Never mind. Oh, and he's gone soft. Oh, okay. That makes things a bit trickier in terms of catching him then.
Box, box.
Copy, box.
Box, box.
Yeah, copy.
So we pumped in very good lap times on the last lap. That's going to definitely help us.
Back off, back off, back off.
You know, try and overcut Norris.
Yeah, I agree.
Copy.
Right, we're taking a risk with this double stop here. If we get a bad stop for Yuki, we're in trouble. That's good. Slightly slow, but clean.
Watch the pit exit line.
And that's Hamilton behind. Can I stay ahead of Hamilton, or am I going to get blue flagged?
Copy.
I'm probably going to get blue flagged anyway, but let's see if I can at least stay ahead for a lap or two. So we actually lost quite a bit of time against Norris. Those extra couple of laps he did on those mediums, plus the fact that we got lapped, gave him quite a big gap to us. We've got to overcome. We're now 8 seconds behind him.
just focus on charging the pack.
Copy.
And 1:15.9, that's way beyond what we can manage. Not even going to try.
Charge on.
Copy.
What I'm more interested in is hunting down and passing these guys as quickly as we can.
No DRS available, no DRS available.
Copy.
Hamilton's going to get us on this next lap, so let's go ahead and
We
encourage
need to
that.
focus on the energy now.
Get that out of the way. It's a bit of a gap to Russell, and Russell is on hard tyres, so we should be able to stay ahead of him.
So we need to back off.
Yeah, copy.
And there we go, Hamilton's
Charge
through.
on, charge on.
Copy.
Let's see if we can stay with him for a little while at least.
Yeah, copy that.
Pick up the pace a bit.
Yeah, over.
Need to focus on getting the pack up.
Copy that.
Back off now.
Copy.
Oh, lock up for Bottas. Put him under pressure, and he buckled.
Now we can see what happened. Now this was at turn 1.
We were lucky that we weren't further alongside him there, otherwise we could have been
There goes
collected.
the steering. What caused that, I wonder?
Charge on, charge on.
Right, so we're 4 seconds off the back of Norris. So we've taken about 4 seconds out of him. Prix is doing nicely here, hanging on to the
Focus
back
on
of
bringing the pack back up.
Lewis.
Copy.
He has dipped a little bit because I left him in recharge for too long. Let's push him
Use
again.
energy.
Copy that.
Push on the tyres.
Over.
Just missed the DRS. But we'll get a nice hopeful run here on Valtteri. There we go. That's a nice little confidence boost for Nick. We'll keep pushing, see if we can stay with Hamilton. We'll get back into his DRS. Norris is just 9 seconds, less than 9 seconds off the back of Sargent, so it's not impossible that we could catch Sargent now. We are lapping quicker, but not really quick enough. In fact, Norris is actually losing ground to Sargent at the moment. Or at least on that last lap anyway. Although there is an Aston, which I think is Alonso. No, it's not Alonso, it's Stroll.
No energy.
You know, that will be looking to close up. Stroll's on mediums and is lapping over a second faster than Sargent, so he should catch him. And we just couldn't quite stay with Hamilton. That's disappointing, but expected. So we'll just have to leave De Vries to his natural pace now, which isn't stellar. And I think 17th might be the best it gets for Nick De Vries today. So we're not going to get 2 in the top 15. If we hadn't had the mistakes at the beginning, then maybe we could have hung on. Not having to switch to a 3-stop strategy would probably have helped with both our drivers. De Vries through necessity, simply because his tyres took a big hit on that opening lap collision, and Tsunoda with his big lockup hurt his tyres a bit, but it was the loss of confidence that forced me to switch him onto a 3-stop in an attempt to try and get him rapid overtakes, which didn't really work, unfortunately. It took way too long to get his confidence back up. It took half a race. He's cooking now, but as I said, it took a long time to get there. Way too long, and that ruined his chance of a decent finish as well. So sponsor objective was to get 2 in the top 15. That is clearly not going to happen without some kind of outside intervention. Let's at least try and get Norris with Yuki. Sargent is picking his pace up again. He is lapping about half a second slower than Stroll though, so Stroll will eventually catch him. It's just a question of actually if Sargent can keep that pace going, he might not get passed by Stroll. And if he doesn't get passed by Stroll, we've got no chance of catching him.
Charge on.
Copy.
On the plus side, De Vries only needs to find 0.1 kilos to be fuel safe. Yuki needs to find 0.4. So we will still need to do just a little bit of fuel saving with Yuki, but I'll do that as soon as I get onto the back of Norris.
Push more.
Copy.
We push on tyres.
Copy.
Do have a close battle for the lead. We'll keep an eye on that while we're hunting down Lando. Doesn't look like we're actually catching Lando. It's a little concerning. We should be, but we're not. Although Stroll is all over the back of Sargent now, and there we go, Sargent has been passed. That's cost him a little bit of time, but not as much as I would have liked, unfortunately. And I say, we're still not closing in on Norris, so yeah, we're not catching Sargent. So Sainz is trying to up the ante a little bit, break away. And if it hadn't been for that Alpine, I think he might have managed it, but that Alpine is probably going to hold him up. Yeah, it does, badly. Right, Yuki has now taken half a second out of Norris. Norris is still closing in on Sargent. Another bad lap for Logan.
Six laps to go.
5 laps to go. We're a lap down. Oh, yellow flag. Not sure what that's for. Oh, Piastri. That doesn't help us.
So here we go, heading into turn 1. And the car just locks. By that point...
One positive we can take out of this weekend is our pit crew has performed pretty well. So we're going to get a nice chunk of points in the DHL competition. More money for next season.
How many laps?
It's 5 more laps.
4.
Yeah.
I think De Vries is actually closing back in on Hamilton here. Yeah, he took 7/10 out of him on that last lap. We are so close. We are so close.
Overtake button.
Copy.
Stay close to the cars in front.
I think we got him.
You can lift off to avoid instability.
Yes, we got him. Excellent stuff.
Okay.
Use anti-deploy, use anti-deploy.
Copy.
4 laps to go.
Copy.
Stay close to the car in front. We can push more.
Yeah.
You've got energy.
Copy that.
Right, last 2 laps. Another yellow flag.
Use deploy, use deploy.
Copy.
Just a little wide cornering for Fernando.
Here we are, we're looking at turn 11. Oh no! Wide they go! And they might want to take a look at the floor of the car.
Overtake button.
Copy.
Damn it, Norris is pulling away.
We can just focus on charging the pack.
Copy.
So focus on bringing the tyres down.
Copy.
No DRS available, no DRS available.
This is it, final lap.
Yeah, copy.
Can we get Norris? I get the feeling probably
last
not.
lap.
I think we missed our opportunity thanks to having to lift when we got past Joe. Push him all the way, but I think he's going to be too far ahead.
And Sainz crosses the line first. He's taken the win.
Use deploy when you can.
And that's Carlos Sainz bringing home the win.
So another win for a Ferrari driver.
After that performance,
Sainz's
there's no
first win of the
doubt
season,
that
I
they
think.
deserve their spot at the top of the podium.
And it's another race where Verstappen hasn't challenged for the win. He got himself on the podium. Yeah, we're just going to fall short in our quest to get past Norris. And we just took 2 bigger hits at the beginning of the Grand Prix. Well, that is unfortunate that we couldn't even get one car in the top 15 because that kills
Check the flag.
the finish position streak. And we're out of fuel. Pushed him hard there, but just couldn't quite make it. There goes Hamilton. There goes De Vries. Just waiting on Russell and Gasly. Here comes Russell.
You've taken the checkered flag.
And there's Gasly. And that's the end of our race. Not a great one.
It's not been Nick de Vries's day. Pretty disastrous, to be honest.
Well, I think most people expected them to really deliver here, but it's a disappointing finish outside the points.
And with that, the Sainz name remains engraved in F1 history.
That gives them their first win of the season, and it was really well deserved.
And as far as those three are concerned, well, they'll be leaving Budapest hungry for more. And down there in the Alpha Tauri garage, Karun, what would they be making of that race, do you think?
Well, it was a bit of a mixed bag here. Some things went their way, but others didn't. I think their main target now will be finding some consistency for sure.
And that then marks the end of our time here in Hungary.
Next time, the teams will be adding another year to the legend of Spa-Francorchamps. Anything can happen at the Belgian Grand Prix.
Well, almost anything. De Vries won't be racing there, I don't think. Let's have a look at the final standings, starting at the bottom first of all. Disappointing race for Bottas. Very disappointing race for both of our drivers, just going backwards. Norris and Sargent also losing a lot of places there. Albon recovering 3 places from a poor start. Ocon up 3. Hulkenberg up 8 places. Gasly gained 4. Russell gained 9 places after having to put in new parts. So he suffered a 10-place penalty, got 9 of those places back. That's not too bad for him. Going at the top of the table. Very little movement in terms of starting positions to finish positions. Carlos gets the win, his first of the season, and he gets the fastest lap as well. So some big points for him there. Red Bull second and third. Alonso in fourth. Leclerc down in fifth ahead of Stroll. Then Hamilton and then Russell and Gasly. Let's take a look at the drivers' standings. Max still at the top of the standings there, as you can see. Perez does gain 3 points on him, but he is still a whopping 78 points behind. It's a long way to go yet. He does pull away from Leclerc, though. He's now 10 points clear of Charles Leclerc. Big points for Carlos Sainz means he gets ahead of Fernando Alonso by merit of having won a Grand Prix, despite them being tied on points. Hamilton gets 6 points. He is losing touch with the battle for 4th and 5th. Stroll actually closes him down slightly, just 11 points behind him now. Not much for Russell, another disappointing race for him, although, as I say, good recovery for him considering where he started. Gasly pulls away from his teammate just a little bit. And then down the bottom end of the table, Hulkenberg jumps above Nick de Vries by getting himself a point. And no change anywhere else. Let's take a look at the Constructors' Championship. 33 points for Red Bull. Ferrari closed them by 3, but they are still a whopping 156 points behind. Looks like Red Bull have got this Constructors' Championship pretty much sewn up already. Ferrari themselves a long way clear of Aston Martin, and they gain another 16 points on them today. Mercedes languishing in 4th place, losing further ground. Alpine get 2 more points. Haas stretch their gap over us by another point, but still no points for McLaren at the moment, so that's good. We are keeping them at bay for now. No points for Williams either, and Alfa Romeo still yet to score anything at all. Now, I think we had a really good pit stop challenge race. Let's see how we actually did. 2nd and 3rd. Very good. Very pleased to see that. What a great time for Carlos there, 2.3, comfortably faster than us. But we were the only drivers in the 2.4s, everyone else 2.5 and slower. So that is 33 excellent points for us in the competition. Let's see what that does to the standings. Ferrari top by 10 points now over Red Bull. Very close between those two. We're in 3rd still, but we have closed the gap to Red Bull. We're only 27 points off them, and that does give us a nice healthy lead over both Alpine and McLaren, who are now almost neck and neck. Mercedes, no points for them. They are not really making the progress they wanted, but I am really, really pleased with that. That is going to be excellent money for us if we can stay in third. And if we can even jump Red Bull, that would be amazing. Let me see, a stuck wheel nut for Nick de Vries's first stop, but he came back with a 2.48. And then we had a 2.49 and a 2.46 for Yuki. Some very good stops there. All right, let's see how our drivers did in their performance review. Good defending from Nick de Vries. 2 successful overtakes, 1 failed defense, but 19 successful defenses, 8 failed. He did a good job defending today, Nick. Not so good for Yuki. This is also because Yuki had awful confidence for the first 40 laps of the race. 3 successful overtakes, 4 failed, only 1 successful defense. He failed 8 defenses. Again, having your confidence at rock bottom really does make a huge impact on driving performance when your drivers are in a rubbish car. We did get some more experience for Liam. This could be the last time he sits in as a reserve driver. He could well be getting promoted. Let's check how much money we made from the sponsors. 2.5 mil. That's not too bad. I thought we were going to lose more money than we did. It's given us the finish position streak, even though we failed it. So that bug is still in place, definitely. This is a bug that's carried over from the previous game. I'm not going to grumble. I'm going to take that 280 grand and run very, very fast. We did fail the finish positions guarantee, though. Unfortunately, that's cost us 50 grand. But we did make the qualifying guarantees of Q2 and 1 in the top 15. So we end up with 2.6 mil. That should be enough to start a new chassis and sack Nick de Vries. So, let's have a look. What passed, what failed. So 3 parts on de Vries's car have failed. That's not ideal. We are getting a hint about Gabriel Bortoletto. We're not going to be scouting him because we don't really have a need for another reserve driver just yet. We've got plenty in position. Although I do want to scout Zane Maloney. See if we can sneak that in. I might wait until we get the results on Zane before I make my final decision, which means Belgium might actually still be doable for de Vries. Let's see, can we replace these parts? Might have to make some new ones. What are we looking like in the warehouse? No spare chassis, no spare side pods. 1 spare of each wing, 1 spare underfloor, 1 spare suspension. Alright, well, we have got the option to actually complete the side pods sooner. It's going to cost us $500,000 to complete them 10 days early. That is a lot. 24th of July. What was that, today? We could complete them today. We still won't get them in time for Spa. So we will just acknowledge that. We'll just wait. And we'll get them built in the mid-season break. Right, let's get a chassis up and designed. I've got some more hours, but we're going to use that for research, I think. Let's see. Need to improve drag. Okay, let's go with that. So, Zandvoort is 32 days away. That's a bit too much. Monza's 39 days. I'd like the chassis for Monza. So let's make sure that we've got some time to get them built. "15 days should be enough." What's after Monza? Long gap to Singapore. Yeah, we'll go 4 engineers. 15 days will hopefully be enough to get 2 chassis made. Let's see. Research. Well, let's take a quick gander at how we're doing against next season. See which part needs the hours. So our front wing is not there yet, but it's not too far away. What about the rear wing? Well, the rear wings are way off. We might have to put the hours on the rear wing. What about the underfloor? Underfloor isn't too far off. The suspension needs some boosting as well. The rear wing is more important, I think, than the suspension. So we'll put the hours. I could split the hours maybe. So we absolutely need to dial in the downforce. Let's see. Gonna go 1 engineer on that, I think, maybe. No, I'm going to go 2 engineers. Okay, and let's get another project underway. Let's go with a suspension. And I don't have the money for a suspension. $500,000 short. I was going to have to wait. Yeah, it's the cheapest of the 3 projects as well. Alright, well, in that case, seeing as we can't get the other part done... no, I don't want to... I want to wait and get that report back, don't I? Do I give De Vries 1 more race? Choices. Kind of wish I'd scouted Zane earlier now. He's had 2 podiums this season. He's 74 rated. He's 19, so, you know, on paper, he might be better an option. He's got a higher overall rating. He's younger. We just don't know what his stats are. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait until I get the scout results back. I get this horrible feeling that if I go with my original plan of going with Fittipaldi, and then might get a really glowing scout report on Zane and kick myself, because I can't afford to fire a reserve driver right after I hire them. Even though we can do that in the regulation rules that we put in, I can't afford it. That's the problem. So I'm going to wait an extra 10 days. We'll make the decision after Belgian Grand Prix. De Vries is definitely getting fired. It's just working out which driver we want to hire as our replacement reserve driver for Lawson. So yeah, we'll wait. I appreciate the offer, Baron, but his stats will have improved as he's developed in this season, so they will be different from his starting stats, and they will be different to your save at the same point based on, you know, how well he's performing. So yeah, we'll wait. Spa will be the last hurrah for Nick De Vries. He will not see Zandvoort. He will be getting fired after Zandvoort, after Spa. But we just need to nail which of those reserve drivers we're going to go with. So, yeah. Probably going to go with Fittipaldi, but I just want to get those scout results in. So, let's see then. Given that I do still have a little bit of money and not many parts, let's see. Let's make a spare front wing. That's probably the most important part that we can make before the Grand Prix. There we go. So we've got one extra spare front wing coming, so we'll have two spares going into the next race. There it is. And that's it. We are prepped and ready for Spa, which is a sprint weekend. So, 2 races tomorrow night. Sprint weekend means a sprint race followed by the main race. Hopefully we can do okay, but I think we're going to struggle. This is a circuit where we usually see some upgrades brought by other teams. Let's have a quick sneaky peek. It's not great. I mean, it's not horrendous, but it's not great. DRS is still relatively effective. Top speed is not great. Downforce is pretty... yeah. You know, 15th across the board. Dirty air tolerance is still pretty bad. Yeah, it's going to be... It's going to be an interesting race. I think with new engines we might possibly be able to get 2 in the top 15. I don't think we're going to get points again. The new chassis, when it comes, will help a little bit with our speed, but not much else. Our new side pods will help with speed and a little bit of downforce maybe, and maybe a little bit of engine cooling, but again, not going to be massive for us. We just can't make the parts we need to further develop this year's car without sacrificing development for next year's car, and that I think is more important. Plus, don't forget, we had the regulation vote earlier where we now have an extra power unit component across the board for both cars. Next season we'll have 4 engines, 3 ERS units and 5 gearboxes. So some of those penalties that we've had to take this season because of crashes, we can afford basically to wreck a car early on like we did this year without having to take a penalty to replace those parts. You know, do that once. Ideally, we're not going to do it at all, but that will take a little bit of financial pressure off next season as well, because we won't have to buy quite so many replacement engine parts. So, yeah, making sure that we get everything set for next season is the most important thing at this stage. Making sure we get the right driver lineup for next season is important. Making sure that we get the right young driver in development. We also may potentially be picking up Piastri at the end of the season. I would rather not do that at the expense of Lawson, but it's something that is definitely a possibility. I haven't decided whether or not we're going to renew Yuki's contract. He is out of contract at the end of the season. Let's have a quick look. Oscar still probably thinks we're rubbish. Yes, he still has a negative outlook towards us. So we might have to wait till the end of the season. He might not want to sign for us until his contract expires, which is the end of next year. We'll have to see. If we can finish above McLaren in the championship, then that might tip the scales in our favour. Boosting our attractiveness through our facilities would certainly help as well. But again, it's finances. I mean, I don't have nearly 3 million to make the team look a nice little bit sparkly pretty just there. I don't, well, that's not too bad, but it's only going to give us a morale boost. The next upgrade, it's not going to improve the attractiveness of the team. The boardroom upgrade would, I'd rather not spend the money on the boardroom if I can help it. If I was going to do an upgrade, it would be to the hospitality centre, because that would give us a massive 20% boost to our attractiveness. You know, 15%, 5% on the bonus, and a 15% flat boost on the facility itself. But again, yeah, it's money we don't have at the moment. So yeah, right, well, let's see what happens after Spa tomorrow night. We'll be back at the normal time of 8 PM UK time. So until then, that's it from me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll be back with some more F1 Manager very soon.